Yeah, guys. So today, I just want to mention something about your assignments that you have completed in the past days. So I think that few members are there who are not taking these assignments seriously. So let me just show you. I want to show you a few things. So there are people who just copied and pasted things from ChatGPT. Few of them directly took the screenshots from the Zoom meeting itself, what I explained to you in the class time. And a few students, they didn't do it in a right way. So they are basically list of people. I'll just show you guys once. You will get a clear idea how it is going to work. So I got a lot of complaints from my colleagues from the team Blackbucks, and also the evaluation criteria whatever was there. So according to the criteria, there most of the people, majority of the people failed the examination, failed the assignments. So this is basically the best assignment. We'll start from the worst one. So guys, see here. Chat GPT screenshot is there. There was one student who directly copied from the chat GPT, including each and everything. Let me just show you this one first. Try to look at the screen. So Bhimvaram Institute of Technology. See, to use sublister tools, in the subdomains, different steps. Install sublister, clone, everything is fine. Run sublister. To run the sublister, use the command following. Domain name output, replace the domain name with the website you want the sublisters from, subdomains from the output file. For example, to analyze the output file. So here this complete text is copied from the chat GPT itself and he directly pasted that one. See, the score is failed 0. So you need to give the screenshots of the output, guys. It was told in the classroom itself. Try to look at this best assignment. There is one best assignment also here available. Try to have a look at this assignment. See, this is basically how you need to, this is the exact format how you need to submit the assignment. You need to go for the 5 website domains, and here is amazon.com, and you need to look for the whatever you are searching here. Everything should be clear. Amazon.com screenshot, and then second screenshot. So this is basically the way how you need to submit. You guys just copied it from the chat GPT commands and everything, and you pasted it. So it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. So whoever failed the assignment, please try to resubmit your assignment in this format, whatever I showed you in the complete screenshots format. Try to look at this one. Zoom recording. Try to look at this. Gogaraju Institute of Engineering Technology. See, just a moment. So this is exactly the Zoom recording, whatever recording is there, whatever classes were told. So that guy basically took the screenshot of that recording and he directly uploaded it. So here you are getting Blackbucks logo, here you are getting Zoom logo. So I don't know why this is being that much big task for you guys to complete one simple assignment. See, each and every screenshot is from the class itself. So you directly open your recording of the class, you took the screenshots and you pasted it. Let me just say, okay, I'm going. What is this, guys? Why are you guys behaving like it doesn't matter? So if you're not interested in basically in the with the internship, if you're not satisfied, if you don't want to perform, if you don't want to take a part in the internship, then it is okay if you don't take the certificate also. If you're doing it only for the certificate purpose, this is not even encouraged from my side. See, this is not the way how you perform, right? You need to, if you can do it, then do it, or else leave the internship. That doesn't matter. So it doesn't, no one really are pushing you to do it, or no one is basically showing you, making you do it on a gunpoint. If you're interested, then do it, or else leave it. You will not get the certificate, you will not get the internship credits, anything. See, one more thing I'll show you. So Madhu Kirti, what to do is your thing. You basically attended the internship, right? You need to do the project. So no one will spoon feed you guys. See guys, whenever it comes to project titles and everything, you need to complete your R&D. Research and development completely should be done from your side. And there are basically sessions in between to guide you regarding the projects. So I guess one session is completed regarding the projects. So you will have sessions for the doubt clarification. But 90%, 99% of the work should be done from your side. So no one is going to tell you to copy paste this, copy paste that, do this, do that. No one is going to tell you. So try to search, try to look for the online free materials or whatever you find. Try to learn on your own and try to complete it. See guys, what is this? Geeks.org. Is this a screenshot you give? Directly opened, you basically typed it on Google and you directly got the screenshot and you pasted it in one PDF and you submitted it. This is one project. So these are basically the worst projects. Look at this one. Where did create a new JavaScript file came into this? I don't understand. From where did you get the code in cyber security part? Upload the results PDF. You need to upload the results PDF. So here, this is basically a tutorial complete format which you basically gave it here. So step one, I'd be happy to help you with that. So this is basically the chat GPT. Whenever you type something prompt on chat GPT, the output will start from I'd be happy to help you with that. So that doesn't work like that exactly. So this is also copy pasted from the chat GPT. So 90% of students have failed the in assignments part. So just you guys need to resubmit the assignments. So look at this GitHub link. So this repository is a public repository which was done 2 years ago, and you guys directly copy pasted that 2 years ago repository and you submitted as the assignment. Your job was to install it and complete the assignment, not to show that where we get it on Google. So that is how you guys submitted. I don't know whose project is this. So these are basically the worst projects submitted in the internship, whole internship part. The good projects were only be countable on fingers. 9 to 10 projects are only good. Remaining each and every project, everything is basically completely copied from ChatGPT, or some people directly pasted from the Zoom meeting. Some people directly pasted it from GitHub screenshots. So if you don't want to perform, if you're not interested in the internship, you are good to go. So no one is pushing you. And if these assignments are not completed in time, then definitely you are not going to get the certificate from our end. So that is for sure. So please try to how much time it may take, I don't know what is the deadline. Try to find out the deadline, try to find out how you can basically complete the assignments on time. And I need each and everyone to perform and take the screenshots of the activity, not screenshots of chat GPT, not screenshots of GitHub links. So that doesn't work like that. If you're not interested, you may please leave. You will not get a certificate or anything from the Blackbucks side. That is for sure. So I want everyone to keep that in mind and try to work properly. So whoever tried to do this, whose assignments are there, I don't know. So while looking at it, I guess a lot of people recognized. So try to complete those assignments and resubmit those who have failed in assignments. So you need to again resubmit those assignments with the feedback done in a good format. So once you complete that, for the reference, you can basically take this. You can take this assignment, best assignment. So this is basically the exact format what was proposed to you guys. So try to look at this. So this is how you need to give input amazon.com, screenshot, and amazon.com, the domain name, and then screenshot of how it is going to work. And again, second domain, third domain, fourth domain, github.com is there here. Github.com is there. Again, the screenshot. Again, sublister, again, screenshot. So that is basically how you need to work, guys. So please try to correct yourself. And if you're not interested, you can just let it be. Doesn't matter. So today we were about to revise something about our sublister part itself. So we have just a moment. Yeah. So we discussed till here, right, guys? Yeah, we need to discuss about the information gathering part. So guys, whenever you go for information gathering, it is basically divided into two parts. So whenever you go for an individual, or else you can also go for the organization. Those were basically two parts which are available. So they are basically paths which can go. If you want to gather the information about an organization, there is basically a way. And if you want to gather information about a particular person, then there is a different way. Now, if you basically go for an individual, information gathering of an individual, you got two ways: active way of interaction, passive way of interaction. In active way, you are not going to interact with the target directly. Passive way, you are going to passive way, you are basically using social media, public dating platforms to get the private information, likes, dislikes, hobbies, etc. So in information gathering, you basically got two different ways: passive ways without interaction, active ways with interaction. Now, if we move forward here, whenever you go for information gathering of organization, so for information gathering of organization, we got something called as who is lookup. That is basically one tool. And again, we got another tool called as sublister. Maltego is there. and again sublister is there. So basically we got three different tools. In just a moment. So here I hope everyone remember how this Amazon, how this search engines work, Google, Bing, DuckDuckGo. So whenever you go for this list of search engines, Baidu is going to be the most powerful one and DuckDuckGo is going to be the safest search engine. Now, guys, whenever you're trying to gather information about an organization, so there basically, whenever you go for an organization's online presence, that basically is done on one part, that is basically our domains. Either it is a major domain and subdomain. So major domain is basically a domain where each and every customer will interact with that particular website, and subdomain is only used for the operations in the backend. That is, if you take an example of amazon.com, it is definitely a e-commerce website. So under this e-commerce website, the face of the website is going to be buying the products and selling the products. And if you go for the backend, if you go for the backend, guys, under backend, you basically have subdomains, which are either going for the blogs, if you go for the delivery, if you go for the sellers, if you go for some kind of returns, bills and payments, everything. That basically comes under the subdomains. Now here we got three different tools for that. One is who is for looking, getting the information for the domain names, and second one is sublister, which basically sublister is basically used to gather the information publicly which is available online. So it basically uses the set of different search engines. So while using these different search engines, it will try to gather the information about the target. Now let me just show you practical part, how exactly who is lookup and sublister works. Here, once you enter Kali Linux, here you need to go for the terminal. Here we have terminal. Just click on terminal. After going to terminal, you can directly go and take root access by giving sudo su. You can basically get the root access by entering the same password which you used for the login. Now, why we are basically turning into root access is because we basically want to implement the administrative kind of activities. So whenever you go for a normal user, Kali user is normal user. And if you go for the root user, root basically is the administrator user. Whenever you go for the permissions here, the permissions which are given to Kali are basically less, and root user has the complete privileges to do whatever activities you want to perform. Now here, whenever you want to download a sublister, you can basically go for git space clone, and this is basically the link which is present in the GitHub. You can just directly go to GitHub, and here you can type sublister GitHub, and here you will have the GitHub repository. From this repo, you can go to code, you can copy this code, come back to your terminal and paste it here. And once you click enter, it will be installed. So now once it is installed, guys, here you can go for ls. You will get a list of all the tools which are available here. So here it is sublister. Now before using sublister, I need to enter that particular directory. So I will go for change directory to sublister, enter. Now if I type ls, I got into sublister. Now whenever I want to use sublister here, Now here I can directly type Python 3, exactly this one, sublisher.py. Hyphen D is basically given to mention the domain name. Hyphen D, give the domain name, and then you can go for enter. Now, while you enter, here two things are there. I mentioned one thing. So here, if you basically give space and give hyphen small v, then it is going to go for the verbose mode. In verbose, you will get to know all the information about the backend, how it is gathering and from where it is gathering the information. If you don't use hyphen v, then directly the result will be displayed rather than showing the process, something like this. Just a moment. Hello. Yes. So guys, here whenever you look at the result, directly the result has been displayed here. Now, if I basically use verbose with the same command, so here if I go for .com space hyphen v enter. Now here you can see here it is basically taking the information from these Baidu, Yahoo, Google, Bing. These are all basically the search engines. Now from Netcraft, we basically got this information. Now if you go for each and every part, just wait until it is fulfilled. So once the process is completed, you will exactly get to know how we gather the information. See, here Netcraft is one, SSL certifications are one. So here, whenever you go for this, so lms.simplilearn.com, accounts.simplilearn.com, liveclass.simplilearn.com. So these are basically backend operations. Now, whenever you go for www.simplilearn.com, it is basically the major domain, and remaining all are going to be the subdomains. Either it is finance desk simplilearn.com, either it is skillsnet, either it is app skillsnet. So these are all basically going to be the subdomains. Now again, next part is just clear this. Here you got who is lookup. Again, you can go for the same one, simplylearn.com, enter. See, whenever you go for who is lookup, domain name is simplylearn.com. So when it was registered, registration ID you will get for the domain name. Who is server public domain registry.com, public domain registry. So when it was updated last 2023-06, this is the date, this is the time, exactly the time will be shown. And then registry expiry date 2030. Till 2030, the domain name has been registered on the same name. So register abuse, email is there, phone number is there, domain status. Here it is basically using AWS DNS, that is Amazon Web Services. It is basically using the cloud services to deploy the name servers. The 4 name servers are also being deployed on the cloud itself, AWS DNS. So one is basically originated in UK, .net is there, .org is there, .com is there. They are basically 4 different domain servers. So whenever you go for 4 different domain servers, guys, the domain servers are nothing but, so whenever you go for these subdomains, whichever are being shown, so .com few are there, .org few are there, .co.uk are there. So the subdomains will be divided into these 4 different domains name servers. So based upon this .com, .org, .co.uk and .net, it will be divided on subdomains will be shown. So one is basically who is lookup, one is basically going to be the sublister part. So now I hope guys, if you have any doubts, you can ask me right now. Do you have any doubts? Anyone? Is the topic clear, guys? Guys, give me a quick confirmation. Okay, chalo. Okay, then we'll move forward. Now, once this is done, let's close this. Guys, regarding the assignment 3, whatever I shared the screenshots and recordings, the resubmission date is today itself. Try to submit it by today 9 o'clock, at least 10 o'clock. Then only you will be given marks. Otherwise, you will be failed, remained as failed itself. So this we completed, and sublister also completed. And now, guys, so whenever you go for domain names, so each and every country, each and every location, so either it is India, either it is Asia, either it is American, Latin America, Europe, Africa, Asia Pacific. So these all different 5 different locations are there. These are basically the prime locations. Now in India, let's say there are like 200 to 500 to 1000 domains registered. Now who is basically going to maintain the records of these domain names? So whenever you go for these domain names from the government side, for America, we basically got American registry. Just a moment, guys. Yeah, guys. Sorry for the disturbance. So, sir, for network mapping, what nmap, what we need to submit as the source code. So network mapping, you will not have something called as a source code. but you can just give the reports of the scans you do. So you can basically use Wireshark. So whatever I told in class, same way you can basically take the screenshots of the scanning from the Wireshark and you can submit it, Ashwant. So guys, whenever you go for the domain name registries here, American registry for internet numbers is there. LAC and IC, Latin America Caribbean Internet Registry is there. So whenever you go for Latin America, it basically deals with this region part, and whenever you go for European part, European Network Coordination Center, it basically deals with the domain name registered in the European area jurisdiction itself, and AFRINIC is basically going to be the African network. And whenever it comes to our country, that is India, so Asia Pacific Network Coordination Center will maintain the records of domains which are registered in the Pacific region of the Pacific region of the world map. So like this, the whole world map is basically divided into 5 different parts, and no matter from which corner of the world you are trying to register a domain name and run a website on the internet, the whole data will be basically recorded with these 5 different organizations. This is 5 different companies. So they basically hold the records of domain names from each and every corner of the world. So they are responsible for that. Now, guys, here something we discussed about Google Docs or Exploit DB. So whenever you go for Google Docs is basically a vulnerable website which will give you a lot of vulnerabilities. So that day we have seen so in this Google Docs, guys, Maltego tool, okay. Google Docs, we got something called as files containing passwords. You can go for this one. There is nothing in this. So here in Google Docs, they are basically websites whose information is exposed on the internet. So those website links are basically pasted in Google Docs. So here I can just go and type files. So site or root database. Some file has been downloaded. This is something public information. This is not related to any private information here. So if you go for this database, guys, site file type template is there. What is this here? Performing parents otherwise PFAA. So here in this Google Docs, 90% of the vulnerabilities will be resolved, but there are few vulnerabilities which are still open. So whenever you visit these links here, whenever you find out links and you basically visit those links, there you will be able to find there you will be able to find something like Aadhaar cards, PAN cards. So here the best example is whenever you go for the information, like there are basically unsecure websites. So whenever you go for these unsecure websites, you will be able to whatever information you give, either you give Aadhaar card, PAN card, or any government IDs. So you are basically submitting those IDs to the websites. Now those websites security will not be properly secured. The architecture will be completely insecure. So it will basically result in data breach. So whatever data is there, it will be publicly available on internet. And some people, what they'll do when they find the vulnerability, they will directly come and they will update that vulnerability, whatever vulnerability was there, they will upload it in the Google Docs. So here you can see this download PHP file. So here something parent directory is there. Upload, drop files to uploads, PHP file upload. What is this? It's me, Mr. X. So you can find a lot of data, guys, but you need to have that patience to find the vulnerable data. Sometimes you will find it in 5 to 10 minutes. Sometimes it will take a lot of time. Now, here we got something called as Yandex. So Yandex is basically kind of search engine. Yandex. It is basically a search engine here, which will help you to search images accurately. So whenever you go for Yandex, it will give you more accurate results for image search. There is basically a category called as image search. So if you want to go for only images, you can basically search for the images. Now, another thing is we got something called as Shodan. Shodan is basically a search engine where it will show you all the IoT devices connected. So each and every you can tell area. So all over the world, any area you can basically get to know where these devices are connected. So let me just show you. Just a moment. So here you can see webcam. See, so whenever I basically go for webcam, so it will give me exact IP address, Tencent Cloud Computing, Beijing is the location, and this is basically the IP address. This is basically the connection content type application JSON. So server big IP Docker. So Docker server is there. So location is India, Mumbai, India, Mumbai. So whenever you go for this, so here you will get information about the IoT device, which is basically connected from that region. So all over the world, whatever the complete data is there regarding IoT devices connecting on the internet, you will get that information there. So guys, here I hope everyone remember Maltego tool. So let me just show you how Maltego tool works. So here in Kali Linux, here you can just go and search for Maltego. Here in Maltego, guys, once you basically open the tool, so here you will have all the information about the APKs which you can use. I hope everyone remember APKs. So here you can basically submit all the APKs whatever are there. So once you basically get those APKs, you can basically go for new. So in new, here you can basically take either a domain name or email address. Let's take a domain name here, drag and drop the domain name, double click here and just give simplylearn.com. And here you can once you basically take the domain name here, you can basically scan the domain name using all the APKs which are available here. So just a moment, custom malware. Cryptocurrency, domain name, simplylearn.com, entities. So here, whenever you go for these categories, guys, you can choose breaches, whatever you want to see about the company details. Either you want to look for breaches, company's data, cryptocurrency, deep and dark web, endpoint security expert events, infrastructure malware. So phishing, recon. So let's go for all. So once you basically choose here you will have a lot of different tools. So here you can just directly go and you can get the APK. So you can basically get that API from the Google itself. So few of the like have I been pawned, you can go for abuse CH. So in this few of them provide you free APKs, free APIs. Few of them provide you free APIs and few of the APIs are completely paid. So you can get those free APIs. Once you get the free API, guys, then you can directly go and you can start your scanning part. So after getting the APIs, second step is you need to just a moment. Here on the left side, you will get a lot of information. Bitcoin cache address. So cryptocurrency is there, custom is there, groups, infrastructure, malware, entities, open sanctions, passive, peering DB. Here you will get a lot of information on the website. Now, whatever we have used, whatever our APKs are, we basically want to perform the scan on that APKs. So here, once you click on the run view part here you will have something called as run view. You will get all the transformations. Just go for this button and then run. See, running transform. Okay. So here you will get all the information, whatever you want to gather. Configuration, server non type, dismiss. So few of them will be directly applied. So you will get the results directly, and few of them will ask for the APKs which are being paid. You can just ignore those APKs. So once you get the information, see simplylearn.com. There is a lot of information which is there. Still we are getting information. So here these are all nothing but guys, these are all the APKs that we basically attach in the transformation hub, whatever APKs are there. So those we basically took and we basically kept it in our graph here. So these are basically the APKs. So here if you go, here I got something called as who is threat miner. Here one IP address I got. If I scroll on the left side, still I'm getting a lot of information. See what is this? Domain names. So I basically got 54 domain entities here. So doc monk halo.com. So these are all domain names owned by Simply Run. So there are all 54 domain names. 54 exact domain names are there. See, all the 54 domain names are there. These are all the domain names, the blue ones. So Amazon is there. What is the information related to Amazon? So server CA. So this is exactly how you will get all the information. So this is basically one account ID, AWS DNS. This is basically the domain name at the amazon.com. So in Sublisher, I showed you that uh, it is basically using the AWS to host its named domains. So whatever name domain servers were there, so using those name domain servers here, just I'll show you guys. AWS. AWS DNS, AWS DNS, AWS DNS is there. Now, if I go for Maltego, here also I'm getting AWS DNS. So exactly it is using to host its domain name services online. It is basically using the AWS Amazon Cloud to exactly host the name servers online. So that is basically how you can get. See, more information is there. If I scroll down here, if you basically concentrate on this part, one file index is there, file URL. So this is one file URL. Prints to study guide PDF, all programs. So web URL archive is there. Wayback Machine gathered few of the information. So this is exactly the method, guys, by which using which you can gather a lot of information using Maltego. So this whatever information is there, so it will basically gather the information by using whatever the online internet presence is there. It will try to gather the information from all over the internet and it will try to project in one graph here. So in this one graph, you will get whole different, all the information related to the simplylearn.com domain, connected entities, connected servers, connected web applications, everything, each and every information will be projected here. Okay, let's move forward. So this is about the Maltego. Now next, scanning networks. Just a moment, guys. So guys, in scanning networks, first thing is whenever you go for this OSI model, here something we got, that is software layers, heart of the OSI model, and next one is our physical layers. So whenever you go for physical layers here, under physical layers, we got something whenever you go for these physical layers. So data types are there. So under this physical layer, data link layer and network layer, what are the data types and in which format the data is being transferred from one particular location to another particular location. So under physical type, data type is going to be bits. So that is for our Ethernet and our different kind of wired connections. So whenever you go for data link layer, here we got routers, MAC addresses, something called as fiber channels. Here it is going to use the data type that is frames. Now, whenever you go for the networking part, in networking part, we got all the protocols, ports and everything. So under this networking part, the data is being transferred in the packets. In TCP UDP also, the data will be transported in the packets only, but the data type is going to be segments and datagrams. UDP basically use the datagrams and TCP basically use the segments. In TCP, the data will be transferred in different segments, and UDP it will be transferred in different datagrams. Now, whenever you go for session presentation and application layer, these are basically going to be the software layers. So in scanning networks, so I guess we already discussed about this part, transmission control protocol, TCP, UDP. So flags also we have discussed. So TCP flags are there: synchronize, acknowledgement, finish, reset, push, urge. So there are basically 6 different flags for 6 different usabilities. Now, whenever you go for scanning, guys, we got a tool called as Nmap. So Nmap is basically going to be the one of the important tool for the scanning part, which will help you find the open ports, operating system versions, and also it is going to show you the whether firewall is present or firewall is absence of the firewall will also can also be confirmed by using the Nmap tool by using the right scanning methods. Now, whenever you go for this speed part, T0, T1, T2, T3, so we basically use this T0, this basically T0, this is basically the very slow process. Now, this basically is used to basically bypass the firewall. So whenever you see here, this is basically the attacker. This is exactly the firewall present here. And this is basically the target. So this is target, this is firewall, and this is the attacker. Now, whenever the attacker is trying to send the packets, whatever he's trying to do, if he basically suddenly sends the packet, firewall will try to firewall will try to monitor those packets and will directly block that particular information. Whatever the data is there, it will not allow it to pass. Now, what this attacker will do is, first he will send one packet of data will be sent. Again, another packet will be sent at some period of interval of time. It will take some 2 to 3 minutes of gap, and again one packet will be sent. And again one packet will be sent. So like that, by taking different intervals of time, it will basically try to show the information whatever is being sent. It will take very slow process. So that time what will happen is, firewall will not be able to get the complete packets of data at the same place. But first this information will be sent, this packet will be sent, again after some time this part will be sent, again after some time the third part will be sent, something like that. So during this method what will happen is, there are like majority of the time the firewall can be bypassed. Now under these packets you can use malware, you can use trojans, whatever information you want you can basically inject in this particular files or any of the data that you want to send. So that is why we basically use T0, T1 which are basically very slow and slow processes. So majority of the time we use our fast scan and insanely fast scan. So insanely fast scan has a drawback. That is, whenever you're using insanely fast scan, sometime it will not show you the complete information. Sometime it may show you the complete information. So majority of the time we basically consider to use the T4 as our scanning speed. Now, whenever you go for scanning speed, so here we got TCP full scan is there. So we will, so hyphen S capital T is going to be switch. Switch is nothing but, so whenever you go for Linux, we got commands, right? We basically tell them commands, We basically tell different we use different commands. But whenever you go for nmap, we basically call them as the switches technically. So this hyphen s capital T is going to be one switch. So here for different scans, different like applications are there, and different outputs are there. So one is basically TCP full scan, one is stealth scan, acknowledgement scan, UDP scan. So there are basically four types of scans. Now, whenever you go for a TCP full scan, now let me just show you. Whenever you're using TCP full scan, guys, by using this scan, you can exactly predict which port is open and which port is closed. So here in the output, you can see that there is basically a reset. First thing is synchronize plus acknowledgement. Three-way handshake has been completed here. Three-way handshake has been accomplished. But again, after three-way handshake, once we build the connection, after building the connection, we are again sending the reset flag. That basically shows the port is open. And if you basically see that there is no three-way handshake, there is no establishment of the connection, directly we are getting the recent and acknowledgement flag. So how it is here, exactly if we are getting this reply and we are getting the output in this format, then we can exactly tell that the port is closed. Now here, if you go for nmap, so nmap space hyphen s capital T, you can basically give speed as T4, or by default it is going to take the same speed T4 itself. After giving that, either you can give a domain name, or else if you know the IP address, you can give the IP address also. We'll wait for the result. See guys, we got the result. Simple mail transfer protocol SMTP is open for filtered traffic. Domain name DNS53 TCP is open. Port number 80 HTTP is open. TCP 135 MSRPC is open. NetBIOS for enumeration, we can do NetBIOS on port number 139, that is open. Port number 443 HTTPS is open, and port number 445 is open. Now, whenever I tell these ports are open, now here, so I want to basically monitor and look for the output. So for that, here I got one monitoring tool, that is network monitoring tool, that is Wireshark, which will monitor all the packets which are being sent and which are being received to one particular device. Okay. Yeah. Now here, I can just restart this. Here, if I type enter, now see in the backend where we started getting the traffic. So these packets are being sent to that particular Amazon.com. Now, whenever I tell these packets are being sent to Amazon.com, just try to observe here. Let me just stop this. Okay, see guys, protocol TCP is there, information length information 255, 211, 783. So let's just look for the open ports where three-way handshake has been successfully formed. Okay, we can do one thing. So here, whenever you look at this, whatever we can see here, according to this information, port number 25 is, sorry, port number 80 is open here, right? Just I'll go to my Wireshark and here I'll type TCP dot port equals to 80, and then I'll just look for that information. Or else I can also go for 443, enter. See guys, here whenever I go for my command prompt, port number 443 is open, right? Port number 443 is open. Now, whenever you go for the Wireshark, synchronize and acknowledgement. So here basically the synchronize acknowledgement and reset. So in this form, whenever you go for this format is basically being followed to port number 443, and again 443. So this is basically my IP address 192.168.164. So from my IP address, first synchronous packet has been sent. Then again, I received synchronous and acknowledgement. Then again, the reset flag has been sent. So whenever this format is completed, then you can tell that port number 443 is open. So for finding the open ports, this is exactly the format. Now, whenever you look at the closed ports here, so let me just look for the closed port. So in the terminal, port number 22 is closed. So here I can't see any port number 22, right? So here whatever ports are present, those ports are open, and the remaining all the ports are going to be closed. Let's go for port number 22. So if I basically search for port number 22 here, see port number 22, synchronize reset acknowledgement. This is basically shown for the closed ports. So here the reason why we are monitoring it is because, so whenever you are monitoring an network infrastructure of an organization, if you basically take an example of Amazon.com, Flipkart.com, so they basically have something called as network monitoring tools, exactly like Wireshark. So whenever you're monitoring the network, if you basically see something like this format, or wherever you see there is basically an open port or closed port, let's say that port number 443 was closed, but suddenly they basically see that 443 is basically exchanging this traffic from one IP address. So whenever they find out this traffic is being exchanged from one IP address, then they will try to close that port. So network monitoring is basically done for the security purpose. And whenever you find the open port, it is basically one of the vulnerability that anyone can directly build the connection to the open port. So attacker can basically connect to your server, connect to your computers by using this 443 port on which device it may be open, and then he will try to either share files or download files or inject malware from that particular connection. So like that, he will basically try to build a remote connection with the open port. So if 443 is the open port, then he will try to build a remote connection with 443. Then he will definitely try to either inject a malware or some kind of Trojan in your system, so he can get the complete remote access to the system. So that is why it is important to monitor the open ports. Now, if we move forward, here we have stealth scan. Again, in the stealth scan, guys, here there is basically some kind of different reply. Synchronize and acknowledgement, reset is there. So here you can see synchronize is there, synchronize and acknowledgement is there, reset is there for open ports. Now if the ports are closed, again it is going to be the same one, synchronize, reset and acknowledgement. So if I go to my Kali Linux, here just you need to change, remove this T, still scan, and make it still scan. Just a second. The reason why we are using stealth scan is, guys, so stealth scan is basically used in a way that whenever you're scanning, it will not create that much chaos in the network. So whenever you use hyphen s capital T, that is basically if you perform this scan will basically send a lot of packets to Amazon.com. So a lot of packets will be sent from my IP address. So if there is some kind of firewall, some kind of person who is monitoring the network, he will get to know that I am getting lot of traffic from this IP address. Now, whenever you go for a stealth scan, in stealth scan, there are basically less amount of packets being shared between one IP to another IP, and there is less kind of there is very less chance that Amazon.com firewall or Amazon.com, whoever is monitoring the network, he will not exactly get to know. The traffic will be in a normal state, not in a too much state that someone is trying to monitor the network or something like that. So that is the reason. Now here, if you go, just type, okay, I don't need to type. Length information, TCP, port number 80. See, port number 80, synchronize, acknowledgement, reset. Now, if I go here, synchronize and acknowledgement, reset. So this is basically for the open port. Now, if you look for the closed port here again, if you look for the closed port, that is, let's say 22 again, and if I go, see, synchronize and reset acknowledgement. If the port is closed, if I send synchronize, I am not getting any reply. Directly, I am only sending reset, and then the it is basically reset has been sent. After reset, the connection will be resetted automatically. But if you go for port number 443 here or port number 80, the connection is being initiated by sending synchronize. Once I send synchronize packet, I am receiving synchronize and acknowledgement, and again I am resetting the network. So like that, I can basically predict whether the port is open or closed. So whenever the port is open, so here 192 is my IP address, 52 is the Amazon's IP address. Whenever I am sending one packet to port number 80 by using my IP address, if the port is open, again I am getting the reply back, that is synchronize and acknowledgement, I'm getting the reply. But if the port is closed, then I am not going to get any reply. I am directly going to get the reset itself. I am not getting any reply from the Amazon.com. Directly it is sending reset flag and it is resetting the whole network. So this is the second type of scan. Now here we got something called as acknowledgement scan to check whether the firewall is present or not. So here if you basically get acknowledgement, if you send an acknowledgement packet, so and if you're basically getting the reset flag in the reply, then definitely there is a firewall present and it is blocking our access. And if all the acknowledgement packets are being sent continuously, then you can tell there is no firewall. But here in acknowledgement scan, one false positive is there. Sometimes what will exactly happen is if you are sending the packets also, the firewall is present also, so it will basically try to receive the packets from you at some period of time. Later it will start blocking the information to be passed to the network. So that is one thing. So here we got hyphen S capital A for acknowledgement scan. Okay, let me just reset this. Continue without saving. And then we can go for enter. See guys, here so whenever we see here, just try to look at it. So firewall is not blocking our address. That is the reason why we are not getting any acknowledgement and reset flags at the same time. See here one we got synchronize acknowledgement reset. Just a moment. Guys, regarding the projects, I want to mention one thing. So those who are using tools like Nmap, DVWA, Wireshark, so if you want to get the source code, you can just go to GitHub, and from GitHub you can directly get the code of Nmap. So let's say my project is for scanning open ports using Nmap. So what I will do is I'll just go to my GitHub, and here I'll just search for Nmap. So if I search for Nmap, this is basically the Nmap's main repository. If I open this, so here I will get all the source code. So whatever the repo files are there, you can directly take the source code from here and you can use it. And whenever it comes to the execution part, take the screenshots of that execution part and make it a document. I have uploaded abstract, but it shows the score 0 out of 100. In which format I should upload the PDF or document, or in any other format. You can upload the abstract in PDF format itself. Sir, could you explain about the Chrome extension for detecting and phishing websites project? Wireshark, who are having the products like password cracking, secure generate own programming code. Could you please provide your GitHub access, sir? No. What I am trying to tell is, see, guys, listen. So GitHub access is not the thing. Secured password generator, you need to create your own. So whenever you go for secured password generator, guys, you need to create a HTML template, that is username password. So it is like whenever you create a username password here. So here, just try to see. Whenever you go for secured password, here you will have a username, here you will have a password, and you need to basically write a code, everything for that. So whenever you write a code, you should basically look into it in a way that whenever you give a username, whenever you give a password, the username and password should be saved in a location in your laptop in one file or folder in encrypted format. So whenever you are trying to encrypt it, you will basically be using SHA or some kind of crypto keys, right? Public key, private key. By using that public key and private key, whenever you basically want to decrypt the data, normal data should be visible. So that you need to code it. Sir, didn't get link to submit abstract on secure password generator topic. So I'll just make sure the link will be reshared for you guys. Correction for abstract is not done. So till now the correction for abstract is not done, guys. Wait, whoever submitted, just try to wait for some time. Sir, for encryption using RSA algorithm, which we have used either symmetric cryptography or asymmetric cryptography. So it's up to you, Bhumika. If you want to use both, you can use both. If you want to use symmetric, you can use symmetric. It's up to you. So whoever are doing projects like secure password generator or something like that, try to code or try to add your own code and try to use your own code. Whoever is basically using the tools like Nmap, Wireshark, who are doing real-time projects, try to take the code from the GitHub repository. That is Nmap's. You can go to GitHub and search for Nmap. You can go to GitHub and search for Metasploit. You will get the code. Sir, is there any code for advanced system hacking via SMB exploitation? For SMB exploitation, you are using Metasploit, right? So you can directly go to GitHub and type Metasploit, take the source code of the Metasploit tool. Sir, explain about audio steganography project. So audio steganography project is also completely into coding part. You need to code regarding encryption and decryption. You need to make sure that whatever audio is there, in that audio, you need to inject the text file. So if I want to basically send a message, I will basically encode that message in the audio file and I will send it, and then I can definitely get the while I receive that audio file, I will try to decrypt it. I will type the password and I will get the message. So that is also completely in the coding. You need to write the complete new code for that. Sir, can you explain about web vulnerability scanner project? So web vulnerability scanner is nothing but you can use Nikto and you can perform vulnerability scanning on Amazon.com, Flipkart.com websites. And also you can go for some few of the vulnerable websites like VulnHub is there. And there are basically few of the vulnerable websites are there. You can go and you can generate outputs from there. Where can I find the assignment 3 retest link? On tap. So that is it, guys. Whoever is having projects regarding encryption, please try to listen carefully. Whoever is having regarding projects regarding encryption, decryption, password generator, non-hashed password generator, hashed password generator, cracking passwords, these all require the front end page to be coded and back end also to be coded. And you need to use the whole coding part in Visual Studio, and you need to create the project from scratch. The people who are having the projects regarding Metasploit SMB, database SQL injection, XSS, or something like scanning, these are all basically used. These can be done using the tools itself. You can be using tools. By using tools, you can basically complete the attack and you can take the screenshots. And when it comes to the source code, you can directly go to GitHub and type the nmap, Metasploit, whatever related tools you are using. Try to use those tools, get the source code and paste it in your documentation. Sir, in secure password generator, we should generate the password combination of characters, number of special characters. We should do anything else. So regarding secure password generator, Surya, you can, so you are trying to tell, you are checking the password strength. While you type the password, it should exactly tell you whether your password is strong or not, first thing. And once you enter the password should be shared in your computer in an encrypted format by using the cryptography algorithm. Sir, can you explain reflected XSS exploitation technique, sir? So regarding XSS exploitation technique, you can directly download Metasploitable server. So I guess we told you, I basically mentioned in one recording. So you can basically go to the recording. In that recording, we showed you how XSS exploitation has been done. And also you can find lot of material on Google, guys, to refer and learn from Google. And by using that also you can implement. So XSS, so Satyavati. So XSS basically will be done exploited on DVW, DAM vulnerable web application. So you can just search for DAM vulnerable web application and you can get the information regarding that. Doubt injection means what? What is doubt injection, Narsimha? That is not doubt injection. Please correct your statement. Sir, for Nmap project, should we send any screen recording or verification? You can, whenever you're doing a document, guys, you need to basically document the whole attack screenshots, how you performed. And when it comes to source code, you can directly go to GitHub Nmap repository and you can get the source code. What about 1 second, guys. What about web vulnerability scanner? I already mentioned Anil regarding web vulnerability scanner. You can use Nikto for the web vulnerability scanning. There are n number of web vulnerability. If you type on Google, guys, you will get lot of tools. Please try to research yourself. Please try to type on Google, get the information from there, and try to learn from different tools also. Sir, can you explain about comprehensive network mapping with Nmap? Comprehensive network mapping with Nmap is basically types of scans what I have performed right now. So you can also go to Google, you can also perform, you can also search for different documentations are there, research papers are there online. Try to read them, try to build your knowledge, try to expand how to make keylogger projects. Sir. See, how to make keylogger, you should not ask me. You will get lot of information, right? Try to research, try to search on internet. Try to look for a lot of different materials are available. Try to build it on your own. So keylogger is nothing but it will try to get whatever I type on my laptop. Once I install the keylogger, it whatever I basically type on my keyboard, each and every key will be each and every word whatever I am typing will be saved in that keylogger application. You can basically use Python simple Python code and you can design keylogger. It will be done in 15 to 20 minutes. Sir, explain about package spy. It is not package spy, it is packet spy, I guess. Sir, please explain about secured password generator. Sir, guys, I already explained. Injection means what? What injection means what? Narsimha. You don't know what is injection, huh? SQL injection I am talking about. You don't know what is SQL injection. So by using DVWA, you can perform SQL injection there. That is only Yeah, guys. So, sir, can you explain firewall vulnerability analysis using Wireshark? So, using Wireshark, Razak, you can use acknowledgement scan to see whether the firewall is present or not. That is basically how you can find out whether firewall is present. Sir, can you explain about encrypting using RSA algorithm? So that is the same thing, guys. Encryption using RSA algorithm, you need to create the username, password, and everything. What about Chrome extension for detecting phishing websites? For Chrome extension, you will require some kind of machine learning code. So you can call some APIs, or you can basically get some phishing links. Take a small training set, that is either 10 to 15 links or 20 links. Take that training set. By using training set, you can basically train the data, and you can basically create a Chrome extension for that. That it trying to tell you, I saw two types of one is 45 topic, other is only secure password generator, and I choose that, but now link is not shown in the list. Sir, in source code submission, we should upload our code on in GitHub, or we should make an zip file, sir. Source code, Furman, can you tell whether they should apply, they should basically submit GitHub code or zip file? Just try to reply for that. Sir, one say about firewall vulnerabilities analysis using Wireshark. So you can use acknowledgement scan, and you can find out whether the firewall is present or not by using Nmap scan. Sir, while project selection, I saw two different topics, 45 Flask and other one is secure password generator. I choose secure password generator topic, and now in the abstract submission links, secure password generator topic is missing. Only 45 Flask powered source secure topic is there, sir. So please provide submission link for. So I guess already someone has taken that Leela. That is why you are not getting it. Otherwise, it will be available. I guess someone has taken it. Could provide any resource or for reference, sir, if possible. So resources, see guys, these are all like not, you are not inventing these projects, right? These projects are already there. So someone at somehow in some research paper, in some website, in some video, or somewhere someone had basically completed these projects. It is not like it is being invented for the first time and we are only discovering the cybersecurity domain. So keep that in mind, and on that basis you try to search it on Google. So you will, if you basically type the whole title, you are not going to get the exact password. So inside that title, try to take a pen paper and try to write whatever you want to do. Based upon that, small topics, small bits, you try to search on Google, and at the end of it, once you join all those small bits, the project will be completed. Sir, explain about SQL injection exploitation techniques on DVW. That already has been covered in the past class about SQL injection. Just you can refer the recordings for the DVWA part. Sir, in source code submission, upload array, you need to upload the zip file that is already been. Sir, where should we upload secure code generator abstract? There is no link. No, Leela, the topic has been already chosen. You definitely need to, you basically did late, whatever time duration was there. I guess you were late. That's why you missed that particular topic. Now definitely you need to choose the 45 itself. Sir, is there codes for our projects? Who will provide codes? You need to code yourself. No one is going to provide codes. You need to code yourself. Whatever resources you have online, try to use them and try to code and try to get. Why will I provide codes? If I provide codes, I will only give you projects. I will only do everything. Then why are you in the internship, guys? So try to search internet, try to go for internet. You got lot of, no sir, link is not provided to submit abstract, sir, in group. Farman, please try to look at Leela's problem once. What is it? In-depth vulnerability scanning using Metasploit. Yeah, you can do, no. See, Rahim, have you searched on, typed on Google how this is done, how the process is done? Have you tried to go and visit Metasploit's official website and try to see whether there is some official tool documentation there? Once if you try to go on the official website of Metasploit, there only you will find the answer for your solutions. Guys, one thing is clear, whatever projects you are doing, So whatever tools you are using, right? You can go to the official websites of those tools. Let's say Nmap is there. Go to Nmap's official website. There you will get lot of information. In Telegram group, they provide the link for respective projects we can access and submit. Exactly. Try to check in Telegram group. See, 45 is there, unveiling hashed passwords is there, accessing database. So all the links here also Farman provided. Let me just share this. See, all the links are there, right? Around one submission. In-depth vulnerability scanning using Metasploit, 45 Flask powered secure password generator, unveiling hashed passwords, accessing data using SQL injection, audio steganography, Chrome extension, developing a honeypot. Everything you got. So guys, I guess it is clear from the projects that how you are basically going to complete the projects. So try to gather information, guys. No one is going to spoon feed you. No one is going to give you the projects. Try to gather information. Try to use resources. Try to read what is present on the internet, and there gather the information. Keep that information completely together, and you can. Jashwant, sir, there is no link for encryption using RSA algorithm. Guys, these links are for round one. Try to read the whole message. Please use the below project links for round one submission. This is for round one submission. So I guess for round two, there are another links, right? For round one submission, there are basically 6 projects are there. See, everything has been shared in the Telegram group and tap. Try to get it from there. What is deadline for abstract submission, Farman? As I already mentioned, you can use tools like Nikto for vulnerability scanning.
All the links have been posted on Telegram for uploading abstract. Please check the Telegram to upload your abstract and all that.
If you don't write employability tests on tap, you will not get certificate. Simple. Teja. You don't have option there. Deadline. So try to complete it as soon as possible. As soon as possible, Nikita, try to complete it. Don't wait for the deadlines. Try to work from today itself. Try to check keylogger. All 25 project links are shared on Telegram. Siva, open your Telegram and there you can find all the 25 projects links. Go on Telegram and find your link and then use it for the submission. Okay, guys, let's move forward. Here we have something called as UDP scan. Now in UDP scan, this protocol is basically a fast protocol, and in UDP scan, you will not have any kind of flags. Flags are nothing but till now we have seen that there is something like synchronize, acknowledgement, reset. These flags were being generated, but now there are basically no flags here. Here now you will basically in UDP scan, you will not find any of the scans. Directly the generated whatever packets are there, they'll directly reach the destination. Now, one thing is if you basically find that all the UDP ports on the target are completely closed, then you will not get any reply. But if you find the UDP port is open, we will definitely get the reply. The reply is going to be ICMP unreachable reply. Now, if I basically scan for UDP, restart, you can just give capital U, T4, Amazon.com, enter. Here, if I stop the scan, you can see only UDP, UDP. Whenever you see UDP packets, all the UDP packets are being sent. Ignore this TCP one. For TCP acknowledgement is there, but UDP there is no acknowledgement, there is no synchronized, nothing. So only UDP packets are being sent. Guys, I have told 4 to 5 times that vulnerability scanner you can use Nikto. You can use Nikto for the vulnerability scanner. In the past recordings, I have already explained about Nikto. So directly you can just go to your terminal, type Nikto, give the target and you will get the information. It is an easy project. It is not that much tough. It basically sounds tough, vulnerability scanner, but it is easy. In only one command, you will get the output. You don't need to worry about. So everyone try to fill the feedback form. So here guys, when you can see here, whatever the replies are there, only UDP packets are being sent. So that is the port is completely closed. If the port is open, definitely you will get a ICMP reply, but there is no ICMP reply. Only be UDP, UDP, UDP is there. And in between, whenever you see this TCP, these are basically the flags which are being sent from another website, that is either from Chrome or either from Zoom. So just ignore the TCP ones. So that is basically how it is being done. So whenever you go for the UDP scan, you will, if you basically get something called as ICMP reply, then definitely you can go for the port is basically open. But if there is no ICMP reply, then if it is sending only UDP scan, in UDP scan it is directly, see here also we didn't got any reply. So the ports are completely closed. If the port is open, then definitely you will get the reply in UDP ICMP. So let me just go for Control C, ifconfig 192.168. Copy selection, paste selection. Here I can just go for nmap space hyphen s capital U space hyphen capital T4 space enter. I guess host is a latency 100. See, not shown 100 closed UDP ports unreached. So if the ports are closed, definitely you are going to get the same reply. That is basically all ports are closed. Only the UDP, whatever the packets are there, that will be sent, but there will be no packet received. So if the basically the port is closed, then definitely you will get the ICMP reply. So that is how you can basically discover whether UDP using UDP scan, whether the ports are open or ports are closed. Now we got something called as enumeration. So under enumeration, guys, I have already mentioned you that in enumeration is basically the process which is performed on the local area network. It is not performed on the internet by using internet network or anything. So it is basically performed on the internal network, that is local area. In local area, what do we have as the devices? We have printers, computers, services, databases, which are connected to only one single network. And to that basically one single network, the file sharing will be done. The messages, whatever are there, they will be being sent, sending will be done. So what is the information sharing is done that information sharing is basically done on the local area network itself. So under this local area network, we got n number of devices. Now to basically perform enumeration, the attacker must be the part of the network. So if I am using TCS Wi-Fi, so let's say I want to see how many devices are connected to TCS Wi-Fi. Okay. I want to search for IP addresses. I want to get the operating systems versions. I want to get IPs. I want to get open and close ports information. And also I want to get the configurations of those devices. So if I basically want to get this whole information, then definitely I basically need to first connect to the network, to which network these all devices are already been connected. Then only I can get the information. So enumeration, the reason why it is being done on the local area network is because, so while you are part of that connection, then only you will get the information of those devices connected to the same network. That is only when it is possible. See, attacker can gather information about the list of devices connected to the network only if he is part of the network, guys. So list of devices, and he can get the list of shared devices in local area network, and also list of host information, that is the IP addresses which are present in the network. Now, whenever you go for protocols, DNS zone protocol, DNS query, simple mail protocol, NetBIOS is one of the main protocol. So NetBIOS, whenever you go for NetBIOS, it is basically named as Network Basic Input Output System, port number TCP 139. So this basically is used whenever you share files to printers. So whatever file sharing will be done in the local area network to other devices, NetBIOS is basically used for the communication purpose in the local area network, for file sharing especially. So simple mail transfer protocol is used for the mail transfer. So 137 UDP, 138 datagram service, 139 TCP session services. So these are basically ports and protocols which are vulnerable for enumeration part. If you find any port open for enumeration, then definitely you can gather lot of information. Now, for the local area network, guys, so you can basically go for NBT scan. So in NBT scan, we are going to give a target IP address. So target IP address is going to be the networks, routers, or any of the, you can tell networks IP address. By giving that network IP address, you can see how many IP addresses are connected to that network, what are the names of those devices, and also if that is a server, it is basically give the server name, it will give the username, it will give the MAC address. So whole information will be given, whole information will be shared by using NBT scan. Now this is one part. Directly you can go for NBT scan and IP address, you will get the information. Now DNS enumeration is there. Now under DNS enumeration, guys, here we got different records. A record subdomain. A record domain is basically the main domain, and MX record is mail exchange record. So here each and every domain is basically divided into different categories. Now, whenever we perform DNS domain, sorry, subdomains information gathering, we basically perform subdomain information gathering using simply learn. The result is going to be completely different, and using enumeration, the complete result is going to be different. So here we got two things. One is basically going to be DNS recon is going to be the one part, and another one is using DNS enumeration, that is DNS enum. These are basically both inbuilt in Kali Linux. You don't need to install. So let's see, let's just perform a DNS recon on one website. So here just you can type DNS recon. -D is basically going to be the domain name. If you're giving the domain name, then you definitely need to give the -D and then go for enter. See what is the information it is trying to get here. Now here, whenever you differentiate this from the sublister, one thing is common, that here it is giving the complete detailed information of each and every domain name service it is basically running on. So this is basically one domain name server which is on AWS DNS, Amazon Web Services Cloud, Amazon Web Services Cloud. As we have already seen, .com is there, .com is there, .org is there, name server is there, and this is the IP address of that name server. Now if you go down, scroll down, here again one more name server is there. 205.251.194.189. Here again using AWS DNS.co.uk, there is another IP address. So like this, each and every mail exchange is there. Here google.com, this is the IP address. Again another IP address. So here for each and every, this is the A record simplylearn.com. So whatever main domains are there, they are basically named as A record domains. That is simplylearn.com, simplylearn.com, simplylearn.com. So A record domains, here again, you can see here whenever you go for name servers, there are 4 servers. AWS domain name server.com, AWS domain name server.com, AWS domain name server.org, again AWS domain name server.org. So basically 4 different ones are there. Now if you scroll down here also, in A record also you are going to get 1, 2, 3, 4 different A record domain names. That is simplylearn.com, one IP address is there, again another IP address, again another, and again another, 4 different IP address. Now if I basically go for DNS enum, it will show me the whole information in tables clearly. DNS enum, just a second, DNS enum -d simplylearn.com. What is it? Simplylearn.com invalid option number expected. Okay. Let's go for flipkart.com. No. DNS NM. Here you don't need to give -d. You can directly go for enter. See, here what is the information we got using this flipkart.com. So here, whenever you go for A record, so these are basically different A record, SDNS, SDNS domain name servers. These are basically 5, 6, 7, 8 name servers are there in different domain names, biz.net.org. These are different domain name servers which basically hold the A record domain. So whenever you got flipkart.com, so flipkart.com is basically dependent on this 8 different servers in Indian location. Now, whenever you go for mail servers, so Europe is basically the location for the SMTP protocol. So SMTP is nothing but, guys, simple mail transfer protocol inbound. So what is inbound? Inbound is nothing but the mail is going to come from outside to the server. So to come from outside to the server, we got the location that is India. From Europe, India, A record that is flipkart.com, and again IP addresses are there. If you scroll down, try zone transfers. Zone transfer flipkart.com. So ultradns.biz. So ultradns.net, ultradns.com, ultradns.org. So these are basically again 4 different domain name servers which are holding the domain zone transfer for flipkart.com. So flipkart.com is basically hosted in different zones by using this SDNS 14 ultradns.net. So brute forcing with user share. So these are basically subdomains, guys. Either it is accounts.flipkart.com, adsflipkart.com, fsflipkart.com, ndgrid.net. So these are basically different subdomains. So here, well, whenever you go for this detailed information, this is not from the this is not going to use some kind of search engines or anything. It is directly giving you the information from the domain name servers information itself. So Sublister is going to give you the information, share the information from the that is basically search engines. But here you are not going to use those search engines or anything. Directly you are getting the information from the servers itself, whatever the IP addresses are there, everything. So these tools are basically, enumeration is basically one of the a more stronger part as compared to information gathering. Sublister supports information gathering, enumeration supports the enumerating the information, that is gathering the exact information what is available. So that is how enumeration will be done, guys. So guys, tomorrow we will basically discuss something about vulnerability analysis, and then we will move forward with our another topics. So thank you guys. So I guess we are done for the today. Let's meet in the next session.